I didn't expect to be going down mountains and linking. I just thought I'd be able to stand on the snowboard. So to be able to at least get, I don't know, at most 4 links, like, heel edge and toe edge in, I'm pretty happy with that.
Hey guys, Malcolm Moore here. I've got 2 beginners, Rhea and Sabine. We started snowboarding yesterday, and today I'm going to see if we can get them linking turns. I want to quickly thank Outdoor Master for sponsoring this video and hooking the girls up with some goggles. They're the official supplier to the US ski and snowboard team. And later on in the video, I've got 6 pairs of goggles to give away to you guys. So stay tuned for that. Now, I should probably get back to giving them a hand, and I'm going to let you guys follow their progress.
This was their first morning and our first 2-hour session. We began with some skating, as I always do, to get them used to both having the board on their feet as well as the sensation of sliding on the snow. When we're snowboarding, we don't have poles to push ourselves around with, so we need to skate on and off lifts, as well as across any flat sections we might encounter. It's a skill you need to have, so we begin learning it right away. It will also help enforce the notion that the front foot really controls the board, and that you need to keep weight going down through that front foot at all times. We do some straight running to allow the girls to feel the board sliding down the slope, ensuring there's a nice flat area that will bring them to a natural stop. After a few goes with this, it was time to move on to the beginner slope. Now, ideally, I would like a bit more of a gradient here to allow us to practice the heel edge side slip, that is, skidding sideways on the heels. But because this beginner slope was particularly flat, we had to begin right away with the diagonal side slip. This adds some direction, left and right across the slope, which makes the board point down the slope a little more, which will get it moving, even on these flatter slopes. At the start, I'm there to help the girls, because all of these movements will feel very alien. I want to minimize falling as much as possible, because I'm sure any of you who have already started learning will know it can be very painful at the start if you're falling over a lot. Let me know in the comments down below how your first day on snow went. Then, at the bottom of the slope, I had the girls point the board straight down the slope in the fall line, as it is called, which is essentially the path gravity would take down the slope. Or if you let a ball roll down the slope, it would also follow the fall line, and a snowboard on a flat base is again going to follow the fall line. After this, we took a short gondola ride onto a slightly longer and steeper slope. This would better allow us to practice the heel edge side slip.
First slope, we just came down up there on our heel edge. How did you find that one? How are you getting on?
Yeah, stressful.
Stressful?
Yeah, I'm a bit stressed, but I think it's getting better.
So the first step is just getting the control of the board on the heel edge. How are you finding it getting into that position? You finding it quite difficult? Do you know what the position is yet?
I'm feeling okay being on the back, but then when I have to turn, this is the most difficult part. I know that I have to put my weight on my front leg to turn.
Which way do you prefer going, left or right?
Difficult question. I think for now, turning left but being right. I don't know, I'm not sure.
And how you get on with the heel edge?
I think at some point it's okay, but other points I think I forget of it and then lose everything you say to me. But when it's going wrong, it's well.
What do you think the main thing you need to work on is?
My core. I think I should have done some yoga. I'm not able to put my bum back behind my heels.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? So to lean back and have a bit more stability.
Yeah.
I think would be better.
You need to get everything stacked over that heel edge. So shoulders, over hips, over heels. And how are you getting on with the visibility? Are you able to see enough through your goggles?
Yeah. The goggles make it better, I think. And for me, who's not been in snow before, I like that it's snowing like this. Yeah. It's a new experience.
That snow made for some great conditions for our second morning. We started right away on the heel edge again. Quite quickly, I was able to be less hands-on, and the girls were really starting to get a hang of controlling their speed and direction down the slope. The main thing I want to see is control, that the girls can first control their speed, and that second, they can control the direction that they are going, left or right across the slope. And guys, don't forget, I have a full technical breakdown of how you perform all of these movements that I'll link down below. Being happy with how they were progressing, I then moved on to a quick drill where I start them with the board in the fall line and then get them to come to a stop on their heel edge.
So you're going to hold this for 3 seconds, do nothing. 1, 2, 3. And then try and turn around and come to a stop on your heel edge.
Oh my God, tell my mother I love her.
You ready? Okay, I'm going to let you go in 3, 2, 1. Do nothing. 3, 2, 1. Turn the ball around as we do. I'm going to go in 3, 2, 1. And do nothing for 3.
After doing that drill a few times, I explained how they can get the board into that position without me having to put them there. And then they can practice doing just that, putting the board in the full line, picking up some speed before slowing themselves down on their edge again. And this is going to get them used to carrying some speed, but more importantly, it's all about building up towards making a turn. And by making a turn, I mean making an edge change. So going from the heels to the toes. Of course, right now we haven't practiced the toe edge just yet. That is coming up on the next round.
First round on day 2, we're doing the heel edge again. How is it feeling today compared to yesterday?
Yeah, interestingly better. Like I was expecting worse because my body was like in pain after the muscle sore, etc. So yeah, good.
How you getting on, Rhea?
Yeah, I'm impressed at how we can ski down the hill now compared to yesterday. So I think there's a lot of improvement. And I can pick myself up off the floor.
Just don't call it skiing, it's snowboarding.
Oh, sorry, yes. Snowboarding down the hill. It was amazing that we could do it today.
Yeah, and the view was great. So
Yeah. Awesome, so the next step, we're going to go onto the toe edge.
The first time trying this, and it is again a completely new position for the girls that will feel quite strange. You need to bend your knees, feel your shins pressing into the front of your boots, and make sure you have your body properly aligned so that your shoulders are stacked over your hips, which are stacked over your toes, sending all of your weight down over the edge of the board, thus giving you grip. It will feel quite strange at first because you are sliding backwards down the slope. But actually, once you get used to riding on the toes, for most people, they will actually find it a more natural position. It's also much easier to stand up on your toes after falling over. So there's that. Now, there's no rule saying you should start on one edge or the other, but usually whichever edge you begin on, that is going to be the learner's favourite one for at least a little while. So let's ask the girls which edge they prefer.
I'm ill.
Heel, for sure.
Yeah.
Why do you reckon that is?
I think, I don't know, maybe it's easier for me to balance backward, but then also on the heel you're backing, and I think I get a bit scared that I can't see, and the technique goes out of the window, so I just need to get a bit more comfortable with that.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Now, seeing as the girls have been progressing quite well, I wanted to try and finish this run by introducing some turns. So that is changing edge between the heels and the toes and back again, always riding the board in the one direction, rather than the left and right zigzagging we'd previously been doing. The slope we were on was incredibly flat for the end section, so it was the perfect introduction into learning turns without picking up too much speed. And by standing on the inside of the turn, I can easily guide them through the first turns. There was definitely still some work to be done, but starting to link turns already is really good progress. Now, I wanted to ask the girls what they found the hardest thing about learning to snowboard.
Well, for me, it's definitely balance. I struggle a lot with it. I think that's how I fall, because I'm toppling over, and I just need to be able to either in the heel edge, like put my weight backwards, or on the toe edge a bit forward. That is where I struggle. I think the flexibility and balance for me.
Yeah. For me, there's that, and also handling the speed, because this is what I'm scared of. So, yeah, this is the major part on my side, the speed.
Now we're moving on to the third and final morning that the girls had snowboarding. They did a really great job. They're both linking turns. But let's find out if, after a few days with me talking non-stop jargon at them, they can explain what linking turns actually means.
Is going from toe edge to heel edge and being able to balance from one side to this other side.
Yeah, I think that. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, going from one edge to the next in a turn, I guess.
Yeah. I would add, always going in the same direction.
Fair.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What have you found the scariest thing about snowboarding these past couple of days?
Speed.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Feeling a bit out of control when it's
Yeah.
going too fast.
Yeah.
Would you say you had a few occasions where you were out of control?
Many, several.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
the girls have been using this model, which is called the Falcon, and they feature really high quality Zeiss lens. And not only that, but they're super easy to whip the lens off, like so, and stick the other one on to match the changing light conditions. So on day one, we were using this yellow lens, and the last few days we've been using a more sunny lens. And thanks to Outdoor Master,